out. I figured it out. And look at the reaction, boys. I figured it out. And look at the reaction. I figured it out. And look at that reaction. I figured it out. And look at that reaction. Guys, nobody ever drives down this road ever. Ever. Look, it's blocked off. Nobody can drive down this road. Guys, nobody ever drives down this road. A whole bunch of red and blue cars just came storming down this motherfucker. And it was right after I had looked at my psychological book about psychological stimulus. And then while they were provoking me, I was naming everything. I was like, this is neutral stimulus. This is conditioned stimulus. That's conditioned response. That's conditioned stimulus. I was naming everything back to back to back. And that scared the fuck out of them. That scared, like I said, scared they use conditioned stimulus. That scared the fuck out of them, right? After that scared the fuck out of them, girl, tell me why it was stimulus back to back, baby. Y'all see, this road is blocked off. Nobody can even drive through this road, but cars just keep coming. I walk down this road every single day. There is never any cars driving down here. But the day I figure out that conditioned stimulus, the day I figure out the scientific methods they using, woo! Girl, they stand! They stand, my boy. Yes, oh my gosh. Headlights on, why? Because headlights are unconditioned stimulus. Unconditioned stimulus gives you a reaction that you can't control. And the goal is to keep giving you reactions you cannot control. That's what they were doing. Using actions that I can't control and trying to go back to back to back with it to force a negative emotion inside of me. There's a whole bunch of red cars right in front of me. Across, I don't know if you can see, everybody just turned around because this is a closed off road. Nobody should be driving down here. It says it over there in the front before they even drove in here. That's to make me anxious and nervous. My camp is back here. So if we get all of these red and blue cars and a mixture of other cars to drive back here where your tent at, you're gonna feel anxious and nervous, and you're gonna know to shut your damn brain up and stop trying to be fucking smart, because we don't want you to do that. Be scared of that. Jeez. Y'all, right when I said it, y'all, a red car right in front of me. Hold up. I don't know if y'all can see that. Right there. Shit, y'all can't see it. There's just more that keep coming. Closed off fridge, y'all. And they just, look. I'm low-key honored, y'all. Because if they're going through all of this to make me feel a few sensations in my body, I must have not gave them the reaction they wanted at all. They must be triggered. That's probably why they're trying to trigger me. See, they just all turning around. Look, red car at the bottom because they thought I was gonna cut the camera off by now. They thought I was gonna cut their camera off by now, and that's why they had that shit hidden. Look at that, y'all! I always get the good shit on camera. Cause I don't record a lot. I don't record a lot, so they be like, oh, if we don't record a lot, she ain't gonna record. Oh, baby, I record at the perfect moment. I record at the perfect moment. Yeah, but this is just them making an intense stimulation, because like I said, I have a psychology book, and that psychology book is teaching me the scientific methods they're going about manipulating my brain. And because it's going about the scientific ways about understanding my brain, I'm understanding the terminology around what they're doing. I'm understanding the words, the terminology, and you can play mind games on somebody, but if you're gonna play mind games on them, they can't be aware of those mind games, or those mind games are not gonna work. See, red car, look, but it didn't drive all the way down here because they don't want you to see. They know I'm recording. So because I'm understanding the terminology, and because you see how it got loud? Look, right behind me. Look, he just turned around. He just turned around, but his headlights was blaring on my ass. They don't want me to catch y'all in this camera, y'all. But I'm learning the terminology, the psychology of what they're doing. And I was studying it in my book. And I did that for a good hour or two. And they were provoking me like a bitch while I was doing it too. But I just wasn't letting it, I was just naming it while they were doing it. And so it got quiet. It got quiet like a motherfucker. And then I started to walk back to my tent. Boom. This shit back to back to back. Nobody ever comes down this road because this bridge is broken. Nobody can go down. There's a sign in the beginning of the road saying do not cross. They moved the shit out the way just to drive down this road, because those, you see this little orange thing right here? These are on both sides of the road. They moved them out the way just to drive down this road, just to drive down here so they can drive around me and make me feel anxious and nervous with what they provoke you. Because if they provoke you with that, remember, that is conditioned stimulus. That's my conditioned stimulus. That's my conditioned stimulus. The color red is my conditioned stimulus. If we associate the color red, and if we keep on provoking you, see right there, you see it? They get red front and back. If somebody provokes you with the color back to back to back for all of your years, right? There's gonna be reverse psychology in your brain. Why is it reverse psychology in your brain? Because if you didn't care about this thing at first, but if I force you to look at it every single day, now you're gonna care about that. And not only are you gonna care about that, but that's gonna now trigger something in your chest and cause a negative emotion that you can't control. And that's what my conditioned stimulus is. Now there's way more that comes to conditioned stimulus. What the scientific method they're using is classical conditioning. Classical conditioning. And because I was understanding the science, red car again, because I was understanding the science of it, every time I say something about a scientific terminology word, I see a red card that's telling me, shut the fuck up. I'm gonna provoke you when you do that. I don't want you to think like that. I don't want you thinking that. That was for me. Now you see, ain't nobody coming down that road, because this is how the road usually is. Nobody ever comes down this road. The moment I walk down there, another red truck. Look, they tried to make it drive further so I wouldn't be able to catch it on camera. They slick. They know how to position themselves to avoid accountability so that shit don't get out. Y'all. I am actually honored. I'm actually very honored. Do you know how intelligent I had to look for them to feel the need to provoke me that bad? Look, more calls on me. After I done gave myself a compliment. Look, now they trying to them, they look at me, they think I look at them as conditioned stimulus, red truck. They want me to, see, look, they tried to hurry up and make me be anxious about that. Also, they want me to associate somebody coming over here. That's an association. So if I show you the red car and I show you this human behavior that you find anxious, then that's an anxious event mixed in with the conditioned stimulus. You see, red and blue, they showing me again. They want you to connect this. They want you to connect the color with the traumatic event. If you keep on going through a traumatic event and a color is always there at that traumatic event, then the traumatic event doesn't have to happen anymore. Now, when you see the color, you're going to experience the sensations of that traumatic event, and I get to control you with that emotion now. That's what they're doing. See? And my brain is understanding it. So guys, if something happens to me, look, right when I said it, red car started driving over, y'all. I don't know, y'all. I'm too damn smart for my own good. This low-key's scaring the shit out of me. I'm too smart for my own good. They've been trying to get me to believe in witches, magic, mermaids and shit. Bitch, this is 2025, ho. If you was a damn witch or warlock, we would have seen them bitches by now. I need something logical to understand this. What the fuck is going on? And my brain just making connections. When it's connecting, all right, and I ain't happy about that. So, y'all watch my page. Keep y'all eye on me, please. Bye.